Alright, Mass Effect Andromeda has a release date of sometime during the spring of 2017. And that is quite a distance away. Now we gamers need some games to distract us during these long waits before the game we've been waiting for years finally releases. So here we are to tell you some games that we believe will interest those who are waiting for Mass Effect Andromeda, either from having mechanics that relate to the upcoming Mass Effect game, or by just being a great game that you may have missed. Now starting off the list, obviously, go check out the trilogy. If you have yet to play Mass Effect, but you ended up on this channel, hey, how are ya? My name's Tucker, and from all of us here at MassEffectFollower, we ask that you give those games a try, and we also ask how did you end up on this channel? While there has been mention that the endings of Mass Effect 3 will not affect the story of Andromeda, we are unaware if any choices you make in Mass Effect 1 or 2 will. Our guess is that they won't, and even if they do, it'll be very small. But still, nothing is wrong with giving the trilogy another playthrough, especially with the recent addition of it becoming backwards compatible on Xbox One. The trilogy is also playable on the PlayStation 3 and PC. Another very obvious suggestion would be Dragon Age Inquisition. Any fans of the Andromeda podcast have heard us bring up this game numerous times, and we believe that Andromeda will have many mechanics inspired by the most recent addition to the Dragon Age series. Some we hope more than others. But if you play Inquisition, just imagine that this will be a somewhat decent representation of how Andromeda will be. But instead of riding horses, fighting with swords and bows, and fighting dragons, we'll ride super futuristic awesome vehicles and have laser guns and fight gigantic robotic dragons. Now starting off our big list of suggestions, since Mass Effect Andromeda is going to be open world, we're going with a few open world games ourselves. The first is Fallout 4. This open world game introduces you to futuristic weapons, weird looking companions, and much more that we expect we'll also be able to use in Andromeda. Fallout 4 also has a plethora of quests that can keep you playing the game for hours on end with much enjoyment, and from what we heard of the extent of the character customizer for Andromeda, you can get some practice with Fallout 4's wide variety of customization. Fallout 4 is available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. Now going all the way back to medieval times, we are taking a look and spending some time in Skyrim. Made by Bethesda, same as Fallout 4, Skyrim is an open world game where you can roam around the world of Skyrim, completing mini quests, making friends, fighting mythological monsters that even include dragons. As with our previous example, the customization options are huge, and with Mass Effect Andromeda removing the class system for more play how you want and you still have the option to try other things approach, that is how Skyrim plays. Now fans that are trying to find a game to fill that time while waiting for Mass Effect Andromeda to come out can easily fill that time with Skyrim. Skyrim is available on Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, PC, and the remastered version of the game is available on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Up next is Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. The Deus Ex series isn't an open world game, but it isn't exactly linear either. It is a first-person game, but it does have a third-person cover-based system, which we recently learned that Andromeda will have cover-based action. It also has an upgrade system where you can go the route of how you play, and it has dialogue choice that changes the story. Any fans of the Infiltrator class will love this game, as it is a stealth-based game. With hints going towards that you can stealth your way through encounters, this game would be some nice practice before the game comes out. This game is available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC, and Linux. Now, speaking of stealth, another recommendation is to don the mask and become the Batman. Now, let's be honest, a lot of us are fans of the comic world, either through comics, movies, TV shows, or some combination of that. So we think that a nice game to go through would be the Arkham series. The Arkham series gameplay very likely is not going to relate much to Andromeda, except maybe the Batmobile driving. But anyways, it is a fantastic story that personally I would rate as one of the best. With Mass Effect being such a story-heavy game, we feel that you guys would also enjoy the story of the Arkham series. Now, the third in the series is only available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. But the first two are available on Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, PC, and remasters of the first two are available on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 as well. Now, how many of you have dreamed of living the life as a super secret spy? Well, the next suggestion on our list allows you to do that. Alpha Protocol is a spy RPG that has many things that relate and feel like the Mass Effect games. The dialogue system is there with the added bonus of it being timely, so you can't just sit there and think about what the right choice is. Also, you earn experience while you play your game, but it makes you feel like you earn it rather than just being given the upgrade points. With difficult choices, intriguing characters, and even a touch of romance, Alpha Protocol should fill the appetite of anyone feeling those post-Mass Effect blues. Alpha Protocol is available on Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC. Now, many of our suggestions, although great, don't really include aliens, which there will be a lot of in Andromeda. This suggestion though will fill that space in case your alien killing skills are a bit rusty. XCOM 2 is a turn-based strategy game where you are in charge of a group known as the XCOM and are trying to free the world from aliens that have taken over. Although very different from the playstyle of Mass Effect, this game is great to play and very enjoyable. Plus, it has permadeath if you make mistakes, and these actually affect the game, which very few permadeath games have. This game is available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. On the topic of being careful with your choices, our next suggestion is Tales from the Borderlands, or any Telltale game really. Tales from the Borderlands is a choose-your-own-adventure game that very obviously takes place in the Borderlands universe. As conversations happen, you have to make choices and the story continues on the choice that you make. This includes moments similar to the Ashley Caden choice on Vermeer, but don't go thinking it's all stress and bad times. Tales from the Borderlands is one of the funniest games that you will ever play. You will be laughing so hard that you won't even notice how attached you get to the characters. To add to this, the story is relatively short and allows for a lot of replayability. This game is available on almost everything: 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 3 and 4, Pet Rock, PC, Mac, and iOS devices. Stellaris is our next suggestion, and a bit of a unique one. This game is huge, and the gameplay revolves around space exploration, managing a space empire, and diplomacy and warfare with other spacefaring races. This gigantic RTS is a dream for any fans of sci-fi space. What is even better is that there is Mass Effect mod for the game that allows you to play as your favorite Mass Effect race and duke it out with all the others. This game is available on PC, Mac, and Linux systems. Now finishing off this list with two small games, but great games nonetheless. The first we are going with is Undertale. This game came out of nowhere and is a game adored by many. This game is an RPG where you play as a small child who has fallen into the underground, which is a large region underneath Earth. You explore many caves and towns and solve puzzles as you attempt to find your way home. Fans of Mass Effect would enjoy this, as choices and how you play have a very interesting impact on the game. An example would be that enemies talk to you while you're fighting each other. On your second playthrough, enemies will remember things that you did and the dialogue will change. The replayability of this game is great, and the story is one that has won many awards. This game is available on Windows and Linux. Our final suggestion is one that tells a story without a single line of dialogue. Unravel is a game where you play as the character named Yarny as he travels throughout the world, reliving memories from the old woman who made him. Yarny has to solve puzzles and escape animals that try to get him while trying to find all the memories and missing pieces. The game tells an amazing story that fans of story-heavy games will fall in love with instantly. Also, it has some pretty nice music too. This game is available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC, and there are even special editions of the game that come with a handmade Yarny for the players to keep. Now before we end this video, we're also going to throw in to check out other games that we follow here at Follower Entertainment. Now we know that these games are not as good as Mass Effect, but they're decent games nonetheless. And we also know that there are hundreds of other fantastic games to play while we wait for Mass Effect Andromeda. Games that range between puzzle, shooter, racer, and so much more. We would love to hear what your suggestions are in the comments down below. And while you're down there, give this video a like and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.